Hello, everyone. It's been some time since I made an official Beatles Finds video that I actually numbered. March 10th was the last one I made, so we're talking about over 3 months since I made one of these officially, and it's been closer to 4 months. So, during the pandemic, during the lockdown, I have not really picked up a lot of Beatles stuff because, of course, my record store was closed and I didn't order a lot of stuff online. In fact, I rarely order stuff. That's something that's going to change, though, in the future. I'm eventually going to get to the point where I'm ordering a lot of rarities, memorabilia pieces, promotional items, and things on eBay and other sources. So that's going to be something that you're going to see come more and more to the fore. It's not just going to be stores. So, in the meantime, since we've been getting better as far as lockdown going down a little bit and we've been entering different phases and the record store open and stuff, I've been able to pick up some things. And there are not many here, but at least it's enough to make another Beatles Finds video. Okay? Now, first thing I will show you is this. It's a Titans vinyl figure, as you can see. Yellow Submarine series. I picked up the John Lennon one. I did not get all four Beatles because I don't know. I'm not very big. Tell you the truth. I've said this before on retro stuff. Stuff that's made today that kind of like remembers the Beatles of yesterday. When it comes to collecting, I kind of like vintage stuff. From whenever it first really came out, the '60s or the '70s, and so on. In this particular case, though, I had to pick this up. I just thought it was really cool because, when you look at the Yellow Submarine caricatures of the Beatles, John is really interesting the way they draw him with the glasses and that funky mustache and stuff like that. And you also have Ringo. I picked up Ringo because I think Ringo is kind of unusual and delightful. Didn't pick up George or Paul. Paul, in particular, the way he is in Yellow Submarine, he's kind of very basic. There's not many interesting features to his caricature, if you will. So, just John and Ringo for this particular collection. And I know there's a part of me that says, oh, but you have to have all four. You have to have a complete set. Yeah, well, not this time. All right, next thing. What's funny is even though I only have a few items here, I managed to show memorabilia, like say it's not really memorabilia because it's kind of newer, but a kind of a collectible item, on the Beatles, kind of like merchandise. And I also have a CD, a cassette tape, a 45 RPM 7-inch single, and I have a 10-inch vinyl single and a book. So even though there are very few things here, almost every area is covered. All we need is what, an 8-track tape. Okay, here's a cassette tape I picked up. The album Real Music that was released in 1982. It has the Beatles, the movie medley. You might remember that particular time in history. Some of you older people. Okay, Real Music tape. That takes care of the cassette. CD wise, I picked this up. This is, I believe, it's a UK single because, as I often say, I don't really look at this stuff before I make it. Made in England, okay, made in England, and hopefully also released in England. Hold on, the CD is popping out of its jewel case. It is the Paul McCartney birthday single, CD single. Never really quite understood the idea behind a CD single. And you can see what's on there. That god awful "P.S. Love Me Do," one of the worst things Paul ever did, in my opinion. Uh, this is like from Paul's 1989, 1990, really 1990 period. I think this might even be from Nebworth. I'm not 100% sure, but I happen to say I just happen to have this here. I didn't pick this up recently. This has been something that's got a long time ago, but I also happen to have the birthday cassette tape. You want to talk about the kind of like weirdness of having one song on a CD for CD single? How about a cassette tape? I've never understood a CD single. Never understood a cassette single. If CD singles are crazy enough, imagine this. You just take your cassette player, pop in one song, and take it out. Never really understood that, but hey, for collectible reasons, it's fun. All right, so We'll put this here. Okay, sticking for a moment with Paul. Uh, this is something I picked up just today, actually, and I don't even know if I had this already in my collection. I don't think I do. That's why I picked it up. 7-inch UK single for the song This One, which is my favorite song, probably off 1989's Flowers in the Dirt album. Uh, I always thought to myself that this should have been the lead-off single. This would have been a bigger hit, I think, than My Brave Face. But My Brave Face was also a good choice because Paul was teaming up with Elvis Costello for that one. But this is UK, and you can see here on Parlophone. Side 1 is this one. Side 2 is the rocking song, The First Stone. So that's a really good single. Okay, next up, this is something I really bought out of nostalgia. I refer very often to my original record collection that I had of the Beatles back in the original day, and I have now a few copies of this on different color wax. One of the colors I have happens to be a splatter wax, red and splatter, kind of different colors. But this is on blue wax. It's From Us to You, a Parlophone rehearsal session. Not really. And there you go. You have the back cover there. The reason that I say nostalgia, in my original collection, I picked it up. This is a 10-inch record, not a 12-inch. And the original copy that I had back in the day, I think I bought this around, I want to say 1979 or 1980, something like that, was on blue vinyl. And this is the blue one. So I wanted to get the blue vinyl back. But now to show you how anal you can be when you're trying to get something perfect and you want it just the way you had it. I do believe that the original version of the blue vinyl 10-inch I had of this had the label on here, the famous bootleg label with the dog with a pistol pointed to its head. So technically, my original one was not a blank white label either. So if I ever see the one with the dog, you can bet your life I'm probably going to want to pick that up. As I say, do I need another copy of this? Probably not, but the price was right. And I just have this memory of it being on blue vinyl when I first heard it from a friend. And I got mine on blue vinyl too. Now, the last item I'm going to show, I said there weren't many here, is something that I showed in a video that I talked about with my girlfriend. Kind of was buying me gifts here and there, things that your significant other does for you. And this is something she got me recently. It's kind of a repeat. I'm putting it in here for the official Beatles Finds video. It's a book, The Beatles from A to Z by Peter Asher of Peter and Gordon. And she was able to surprise me by this, and I'm really grateful for it. It's something that I didn't have. So often you don't really know if you're going to be surprised or if somebody's going to buy you something you already have. They mean well, but and there's just a page I opened to a really good shot of John and Paul there together playing, maybe composing, who knows. Anyway, that's it. Short, sweet, and hopefully now that we're getting to more record stores here being open and things like that, and once I really get into ordering online in the future, hopefully you'll see more of these more frequently. So, okay, everybody, take care and stay safe.